Thanks for joining us for today's Elko Live here on KELK. We're so excited because October is just ramping up with all kinds of special events and activities, and something that we're looking forward to roaring back into our lives is Friends of Elko County Mybrary's annual fundraiser, Just Desserts, and it is a Roaring 20s theme. So we have two beautiful people here to talk about it, Tammie Cracraft-Dickenson. And Tammie, are you chairing Friends of Mybrary?
I'm the treasurer for Friends of Mybrary.
Awesome.
And then I'm the vice chair of the Mybrary Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Tammie, for keeping that straight for us. But she's all things Mybrary, and she's going to get us all excited about the Great Gatsby theme that's coming up with Saturday's Friendraiser and fundraiser for Mybrary. And of course, our Mybrary Director Extraordinaire, we welcome back Kassie Antonnucci. Thank you, Kassie.
Thanks so much for having me here. Always fun.
Always fun. And Kassie is going to get us excited about what the Friends fundraiser helps to support, all these wonderful activities and ongoing events. There's just something about fall. It's just so snuggly and cozy, and it's a great time for families and kids, right, Kassie?
Yes, and it's cooling down, which is also nice.
Yes, it is. Yes, we had our summer, and now we're easing into the beautiful fall weather. So we should probably start right off by talking about the big Just Desserts fundraiser, which is this weekend. So Tammie, we can still get tickets, right?
Yes, you can purchase tickets at Mybrary, or you can purchase at the door on October 11th. The event will be that Saturday evening from 5 to 8 p.m. And the cost is $25 per ticket or $40 per couple.
This is an annual event that's been going on, aside from COVID, when everything got sidelined, that happens during a world pandemic, that we are certainly making a nice recovery from, Tammie. And you generally, I don't know that we always go with the theme, but the theme this year is really cool. In fact, I wish this were television so you could see her feather boa.
I dressed for the occasion.
Yes.
I am wearing a black feather boa.
It's beautiful.
In the past, Just Desserts didn't really have a theme. I don't know, as we tried to revive it and bring it back. It's me and a couple other gals that were just like, we want an excuse to dress up.
Yeah.
So we kind of thought, well, let's do themes and move the event to October so people are a little bit more in the mood to dress up. So we invite everybody to come. You don't have to dress up. But if you feel like throwing on a flapper dress or a fedora or a feather boa or a string of pearls, feel free to dress up and join us.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun with the theme, The Great Gatsby. In fact, Kassie, the Mybrary is already in the spirit. I've been in and seen the display of the Roaring 20s themed novels, right?
Yes, staff were so excited to put that together. They rushed out and got, the feathers and the little fake champagne glasses for a champagne tower. And they did a lot of research. So even if you don't want to attend the event, we've got books on the 20s, books on old recipes, speakeasies, all sorts of things that are available for checkout right now.
And you can always find inspiration at your local library. Ours is Elko County Mybrary at 720 Court Street. It is a great place to go if you're, these days, sometimes we get a little distracted. We need to get away from our screens, although there's plenty of technology at Mybrary, but there are also just great old-fashioned books that you can pull out of the shelves and thumb through, Kassie.
Absolutely. I don't think technology will ever beat that open book smell that everyone seems to love.
Yes, I certainly hope not. That's one reason why to support Mybrary, because there are going to be a lot of different aspects to this. There's the desserts. You have both sweetened desserts and then sugar-free, right, Tammie?
Yes. Okay. So we'll have a variety of desserts. And then for those that aren't such sweet tooths, which we don't understand those people, but there will be meat and cheese trays, fruit, that sort of thing. So we try to kind of scale the
balance that out a little.
Yeah, balance it out a little bit.
And the friends were excited this year. They reached out to two of our local food trucks who are willing to be at the library. It's for additional purchase, but the Tasty Truck and apologize if I say this incorrectly, Botanas El Grillo will be there serving. So if you want something more savory or you want to get dinner to counteract all of the desserts,
yes,
they'll be available for purchase on site.
Oh, what a great idea. And I'm just going to speak for my generation. I think maybe it's as we get a little bit older, because I used to have I could have 3 meals a day of sweets if I thought that was, available. But now you can have a little dinner, and then, everything from brownies to cheesecakes, everything in between. And contributed by friends of Mybrary.
Yep. So the friends will be providing some fancier desserts, as well as some of our local restaurants and businesses. We know Yummies, the Cookie Encounter, a few others that will be bringing in like cakes and specialty cookies, and
nice.
So I'm really excited. One of them will be doing desserts for auction or raffle as well. So there might be a big line for that one.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue to Tammie to talk about not only the decadent desserts, but we have all kinds of auction items, raffles, and plenty of door prizes. We have a generous community.
We do. We've been very fortunate that our community has stepped up and provided things for us to raffle and auction to help us raise money to support the causes of Mybrary. In particular, the Mybrary Mobile. We contribute quite a lot of funding for that, and I think the Friends was down for 5 years?
Yes, so 2020, everything stopped right in the middle of Just Desserts planning.
Aww.
And then last year was the first real year the Friends were able to start getting out into the community and start getting the word out.
Yes.
So they've been down for a bit.
It's been a building process, and we would love to replenish those funds so that we can continue to offer those services to the community. So we couldn't do it without our community partners, and they've been so generous, and even individuals who are so sweet, and they'll say, can I bring a dessert, or can I donate this little item? And yes, and you can still donate if you would like to. We so appreciate it. And there's nothing funner than a raffle, because I'll sit and watch what I want, and then I'll go buy more tickets and shove more in, and then I'll watch, and then so it's a good time.
It's a great time, and it all goes again to support our very own Elko County Mybrary. In the past, we've had celebrity pourers. I know Sheriff Narvaeza was handling, I think, a port or something last year.
Yes, he couldn't make it this year, but I do know Amanda, our county manager, will be there. A few other members. I don't know. I believe we were asking the new chief of police.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Chief
yes.
Ward. Wonderful. So you just never know who you're going to find behind that table serving up a delicious dessert or, of course, an alcoholic beverage. That's why this is an over 21 themed event, right, Kassie?
Yes, it is 21 and over. We'll have adult beverages throughout the library, as well as, for those that don't drink, champagne, some punches, and we were hoping to put out Martinelli's, little sparkling ciders this year, so you can feel like you're being fancy with the champagne glass, but
not have the headache the next morning.
Exactly. And again, another sign of maturing. Yes, we don't like the headaches the next day, but plenty of adult beverages plus non-alcoholic options too, sugar-free desserts in addition to healthy or different kind of healthier snacks, whether it's veggies or the cheese tray, that kind of thing. And then you're going to have live music, right, ladies?
We are. We're so excited.
So I know Southwind is going to come back. They love Just Desserts, and they were all for this, so we're so excited for that. And then Troy Eden couldn't make it, but his son will be performing.
Colton Eden will be performing, yes.
Oh my goodness, I haven't seen Colton since Coral Ears. I'm excited. I'll be a fangirl, Colton. That's awesome.
We've heard he'll be a bit of a draw, so.
I think so. That is so cool. I am really
We're really excited to have him.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. Colton Eden will be a featured performer, and then Southwind is also coming back, and we love their delightful support. They're always so cheerful. Dressing up again is encouraged, but it's not required.
No, and we're really hoping this year, the Friends are going all out trying to, we're hoping to make the library look like it's an event this year. So
nice.
We're leaning into the speakeasy theme a bit.
We are. So if you attend the event, keep an eye out for the speakeasy password if you'd like to get into our little speakeasy room that we're putting together.
Oh, I just had goosebumps. That sounds like fun. It's always been fun for me to go and sip champagne in the tiny little chairs in the children's section. There's just something unforgettable about that, and bring your closest friends. But it is a touch of Gatsby glam glamour, but again, you don't have to. You can, and even if you just have you want to wear a dress, it doesn't even have to be Roaring Twenties theme. Just come as you are.
Yeah, no, historically, some people treat it like a date night and they do get dressed up and they come have fun. And other people, they get off work and then just want to come enjoy some sweets and relax. And that's perfectly fine. We're here for everyone.
I wore jeans last year.
Yeah, that's just it.
I was comfortable.
Yeah, whatever you are comfortable in, that's what most important. Again, the Great Gatsby 1920 Speakeasy vibes for Friends of Mybrary's Just Desserts fundraiser. It's coming up this Saturday, October 11th, 5 to 8 p.m. Only $25 per person, $40, and you can make it a date, take your friend, have a great girls' night, whatever it is that you want to do. Just don't forget to get the sitter, because no little ones at this one. And know that you're supporting all kinds of fantastic Mybrary programs. And there are going to be some other charity events at our other branches, large and small. Is that right, Kassie?
So I don't know what charity events are being planned. As of right now, we do have some Halloween events.
Oh, I bet maybe that's what I was thinking. I was just looking here. It says charity event benefiting. Yeah, it benefits, but Mybrary benefits
yes.
all across,
yes.
not
Sorry.
just Elko.
Yes,
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
no,
We've all been celebrating Taylor Swift Day too long.
I'd say there will be charity events in the future, but you kind of put me on the spot. Like, I need to plan one right this. That's right.
No, friend, no. So, but that's the important thing too. Whether you live here in Elko, Spring Creek, Eureka County, certainly Tuscarora has an adorable library. Their little tiny Mybrary branch. Throughout rural Nevada, we try to support. In fact, the Mybrary Mobile, the bookmobile, it should be up and running, right? Pretty soon?
We hope so.
Okay.
I do have an update on that.
Oh, good. We're going to get into that as well, because
We've missed it.
Yeah, it has definitely been missed. So we're visiting today with our friends Tammie Cracraft-Dickenson, who is vice chair of the advisory board for Elko County Mybrary. Those are appointed positions by the Elko County Commission, and she's also treasurer for the Friends of Mybrary, which is the foundation, if you will, the separate nonprofit fundraising arm that makes all this fun possible. And then Kassie Antonnucci is our director of Mybrary, and we're gonna talk more about some of the Mybrary events. But I just want to give you a chance to, Tammie, thank you for all the work that you're doing. You have a diverse board, and you work year round to make sure Mybrary is funded.
We do, but it's hard right now. Libraries are sort of vulnerable, and they rely so much on community support. So we work pretty hard to increase awareness and increase access to all the things that we offer. Mybrary offers a ton of great stuff, and sometimes the only thing holding folks back is just they don't know about it. And so we've increased marketing. We've done a lot to become more visible in the community. We participate in community events. There's like a million things.
Say we're getting ready to expand our collections to cover more needs and interests. So we've talked about it before, but we have our tabletop gaming collection, all our family board games and stuff. They have been cataloged. They're just sitting in the back waiting till after Just Desserts, when we have time to rotate the collections around and put them all right up front.
Yes. And those could be games like Monopoly or Parcheesi or Chinese checkers.
Board games, classics, card games, and then some newer games like Catan and Munchkin, which I know are really popular. But it also includes guides like the D&D story guides and different things that are really popular. And those books are expensive to purchase. So we've done Dungeons and Dragons events at the library that have been really popular. And we thought, let's make these available for them to run their own campaigns at home.
Nice. So this is just one example of some of the outreach and what your Just Desserts fundraising funds will go to help support. And again, thanks, Tammie, to you and the rest of the board of directors, of Mybrary. Again, libraries, the great thing about libraries, they're these equalizers, if you will. I am so grateful that we have the beautiful library that we have in our community and all the small branches. And even if I don't go in as often as I might like, I think, well, when I'm retired, I'll be going in all the time. I'll be that little old lady with her book bag weighted down. But I want to make sure that opportunity is there for everyone. In the meantime, it was there for me when I was a little girl, and this is how we can support our Mybrary into the future.
Yes. No, it is important, and we do appreciate all of the county support, community love we get. And like Tammie mentioned, though, libraries have been hit hard. Everyone's been hit hard this year. So that means it's even more special, the support and the donations we've been getting.
We're going to talk more about that. That is one of the topics that we will kind of exit our show with. But in the meantime, the fun roars on, and the fall leaves will be falling and swirling on Thursday, October 30th for the Halloween Carnival.
Yes. So the Elko Mybrary will be hosting our Halloween Carnival again. And if you've attended in the past, you'll have noticed we've changed over the years. And we've landed on a new format where we partner with other community organizations, and they come in and they set up their own little booths and tables, and the kids can come in and trick or treat. And then on the library side, we offer games and crafts. Everyone gets to leave with a book. And then last year, we started a spook walk. The Honor Society with Elko High School came in and did a little spook walk in the room that was really popular. So we're going to do it again this year. So we're really excited. We wish we could do it on Halloween, but that's Nevada Day, so we have to be closed.
Well, and Nevada Day, and there is a lot of stuff going on. So this is a good ramp up, honestly, because I think there's sirens and safety going on. And you're right, the Nevada Day Parade is on Friday, and we just don't want to compete with all the events. So I think that this Halloween Carnival on Thursday, October 30th, plus there's no school the next day, so this is after school.
Yes, and it is completely free, all ages welcome. And last year we had so many people show up, so we're ready. So
yes.
come get your candy.
Don't let Kassie down.
Yes, don't. Well,
don't leave us with that extra candy.
Oh yeah, definitely, because it will be after just dessert, so there's no way
it'll be no use to us.
Yeah, we'll sneak that in there. But that's the other thing too, is our Mybrary offers year-round events, summertime events, the summer reading programs. Mm-hmm. The ice cream, and whether I can't remember if it was in the street. You guys blocked off the street. It was like a carnival one year.
Yes,
it's just so fun.
Our block party that
our
we
100th
did.
birthday celebration.
Yes. And it's not just Elko. Carlin will be doing a carnival that same night. Their friends group will be helping provide. There's going to be games and prizes and treats. And theirs is 4:30 to 6. And then all of our libraries will have candy on hand, so people can trick or treat the day before Halloween at any of our libraries and get some candy. And
nice. You can come in costume, obviously. Try it out. That's a good place to try out costumes.
Oh, yeah. Do a run through.
Yes.
Try it on Mybrary.
Yes. Oh, we are talking to a lot of theater people. It's not a costume until you have a little blood on it, right? You trip and fall on the sidewalk. I'm kidding, of course. That's for the grown-ups for theater. But you can try. And then some kids have more than one costume, too. So it's just, yeah.
My daughter's already planned, too.
Yes. Yeah.
they do. Or some kids don't want to wear a costume and they can come trick or treat too.
That is just fine too. They can come as themselves. All ages are welcome. Again, the library's Halloween Carnival, Thursday, October 30th, 4 to 6 at Elko Mybrary, 720 Court Street. So family-friendly fun. Sounds wonderful, Kassie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then they get to clean up the place and lock the door and have a long weekend. So, yeah, that'll be good. So we do want to do a little update on our Mybrary mobile, right?
We do. So we know everyone's missing it. We're missing it. We weren't sure if we would be able to get it repaired due to Nevada's insurance laws, but we were able to navigate that. We did get the go-ahead. So it's currently in Salt Lake being repaired and rewrapped on the front. We're expecting it back in Elko by the end of this month. It won't be on the road yet because now we need to find a new driver.
Oh, I know. We had to lose our driver, didn't we?
We did. So we'll be advertising that soon. And hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be back up on the road and visiting all of our friends. I know they miss us. We miss them. This has been really hard. In the beginning, I had so many nightmares of them coming and towing the bookmobile away and me chasing it down. So,
Oh, I'm so glad that did not happen. So to update people, through no fault of the driver, and it was simply one of those, and it was not a hit and run. It was somebody was backing up, right?
it was just one of those, accidents that happens in life. We
Probably would have been a tiny fender bender had it not been
A bookmobile. Yes. Yeah.
So, and we do feel for the other driver as well. Their car was pretty banged up. And, honestly, I too would have been scared had I noticed a big orange truck behind me I hadn't spotted. And so it is what it is. And, all things considered, we're just glad that everyone was okay. No one was injured. And
Yes, and the bookmobile will be back on the road soon, hopefully by the end of this month, and we'll have to have a little celebration for that. So, yeah.
that would be wonderful.
Yes. In the meantime, you do want to promote your bookmobile driver position, right, Kassie?
Yes. So if anyone out there is interested, this is a county position. So it does come with the benefits, insurance and retirement and time off, all that fun stuff. It is an automatic. We did have it. It used to be manual. We made it automatic because there's not a lot of people that know how to do a stick shift in such a large vehicle. It is a 55-foot monster of a truck. So, but you do not require a CDL. It is under weight limits. So we are not looking for someone with a CDL, although that is always a plus. And whoever is selected, we would hope that they have the driving skills as well as the customer service skills, because this person is an all-around librarian. It's a unique position.
You get to help check out the books to people in some of our most remote locations.
You do, and it is so well loved. I think whoever gets the position will enjoy it. Everywhere that Mybrary Mobile goes, it's a fun day.
And we know that because of our organizations, whether it's the Friends of Mybrary, Tammie, or of course the board of directors that supervises the Mybrary, we have great technology on that bookmobile.
We
so
do.
People use that
They
technology.
do use it. We have Starlink on there as a hotspot.
We do.
Do we still have the virtual reality stuff on there?
Not at the moment, no. With the state and federal cuts, we haven't been pushing that.
Virtual's on the shelf for a while.
Virtual's on the shelf.
Yeah.
I'm out of the loop.
That's okay.
I should have just expected it. No, but there are a lot of services that it offers, and it's so much more than just like the technology and the books and being a rolling library. It's literally what would it be?
It's like a community hub,
It's a community
isn't it?
hub.
Yes.
It's a community center. It's a way for some of these rural communities to have a reason to just come together, get some books. It gives them something to look forward to. I know our ranching communities are very dependent on it. For them, it's a way for them to access books without having to travel 80 or more miles just to be near a library. And our neighbors down in White Pine utilize it. Does Eureka utilize it?
Not recently. Lander used to. So our route changes as time goes on and it gets reevaluated. Our current route goes all the way up to Mountain City and all the way down to Lund, and then everything in between.
Yeah, so that's a massive swath of area. And
yeah, that is huge.
for anybody that's been through Lund,
Mountain City is almost,
ways.
it's not, Mountain City is not quite to Wild Horse, but it's also on the way, I think, to Tuscarora. Mm-hmm. And then Lund is near Ely. So,
it's south of Ely.
Yes, exactly. So it's a huge area.
So it's traveling.
We even stop at the Lehman Caves and stuff, and the old Pony Express stops along the way, Cherry Creek and all those. Yeah.
Oh, what a cool thing.
We're there for anyone. They just have to meet us on the road.
All right. So if that sounds like an exciting and challenging position for you as the bookmobile driver, reach out to Kassie, would you say, or go on to the county website?
The job will be posted on elkocountynv.net under their jobs website, but anyone is more than welcome. We do have a new email for the library for general inquiries. So it's info@exploremybrary.org.
Oh, okay. Info. Oh, I have to make a little @ sign. Okay. They're patiently waiting for me to write this down. Okay, that sounds good. Wow, that's exciting. Again, we started out by talking about Just Desserts. Just Desserts is helping with things, whether it's purchasing the new collections, expanding the opportunities for game night, for actual books, helping to repair, the bookmobile, which was damaged in an accident. And that's why this fundraiser is probably more important than ever, because we are looking at the impacts of federal funding cuts. Is that right, Kassie?
Absolutely. As I'm sure everyone's well aware of, all of the federal cuts that have been going on, one of the major ones was the Institute of Museum and Library Sciences. So our libraries have been hit, the Nevada State Library has been hit, even the Northeastern Nevada Museum has lost funding on that. So for those that might not know, the federal funding is given to our state, and then they use it to purchase things like databases that are shared between all public, academic, and school libraries. So we have lost the majority of our databases. Rosetta Stone and LinkedIn Learning were the fun, more recent ones, but we are also losing our standard databases that we've had for decades, like EBSCO and different research, World Book, and things that people use routinely when they're doing homework or other assignments or just general research. And those are very expensive for a small rural library to pick up on our own. So most of the libraries in the state are struggling, and we're trying to work together and figure out, is there a way we can put all of our numbers together and purchasing power, get that discount that the state used to have. But even if we receive that, we still don't have the same level of funding that the state had with their purchasing power. And federal funding, we did receive a chunk of that specifically for the Mybrary mobile, and we have lost that. That means we have to rely more on state funding. There is a line specific to our bookmobile in the governor's budget. We are fortunate. We're one of only 3 bookmobiles in the state that do receive direct funding in the governor's budget. However, with the state library having lost so much of their federal funding, they also have to reduce and pick up costs with the state funding they have. So we're looking at a reduction in our state funding as well. And we're looking at options and other ways that we can make up for that reduction in funding. That's one of our more important services. We feel it's very heavily used, over 10,000 visits a year. And that's even with reduced routes, that's still a big number. So that's been a worry. That's been something we've been watching and hoping. We do know that there was a push to refund IMLS before the shutdown. I don't know what to expect now.
Right. We're all on pins and needles with that one, certainly. So the tough question, are we talking a couple $100,000, Kassie, or because we know that there is a line item in Elko County's budget, but there's just not much wiggle room there for more money from the county?
No, the library budget through the county is pretty tight. I think all county budgets are. We were fortunate we didn't get cut this year. That was a possibility, even for local governments, with spending all around. Capital gains being down, that's a big part of the funding that goes to your public services. The state receives millions in library federal funding, which sounds like a lot to us, and to the library it is a lot. But in the grand scheme of all the federal funding, it wasn't even a penny, a drop in the bucket. And it hurt every library across the country. So we're not the only ones feeling this.
All right, Kassie, thank you for, obviously, it's tough news. It does mean that we need to pull out our resources locally. We need to work together. We need to collaborate, and we need to make sure we're heard, right, Kassie? If the library is important, encourage listeners to be informed about this issue.
Absolutely. If you use the library, love the library, know someone who uses it, or understand the value to our community. We understand not everyone enjoys reading. Everyone has their own hobbies. But we feel that a library is an educational institute, and just like the public school system, the bonus to the community there, what makes it so important, is you have an educated workforce coming up. You want someone who can comprehend and is literate in multiple fashions. It's not just reading literacy. We help teach technology literacy. We help build friendships. And, we have a lot of homeschoolers that use the library for that social interaction. So they're building their people skills. And that informs the community that you have in the future making other important decisions.
Kassie Antonnucci, she's our local library director, and we are talking about the federal funding cuts and the very real impacts to our local research databases, to the bookmobile services, especially those in some of the most far-flung places. And it's what keeps our Mybrary going is hearing from the community so that we can stay strong. So Tammie, I would imagine as a board member or as a member of the foundation, this kind of public testimony is important to you as well.
It's incredibly important. And I just want to encourage anybody that does love the library to even reach out to our county commissioners and let them know that you love the library. Reach out to your city governments and let them know that the library is important or significant in any kind of way. Our library serves our charter schools. It serves homeschoolers. We've got public school kids that use the library to study, to do their little
all their clubs,
and things. I can't even think of like study groups and things like that. It's an essential service, and it needs to be appreciated as such. And sometimes it's easy, in the fit of anger when you're mad about something, it's really easy to, I'm going to email these guys and tell them how stupid this is. They never hear good things. And so if you have any goodwill towards Mybrary in any way, please feel free to share it with anybody and everybody, because it's an essential part of our community. We've worked really hard to grow Mybrary over the last couple of years. We've seen our usage numbers just ramp up. They continue to ramp up. And now we're faced with a situation where we might not be able to provide the services to meet the needs of this new increased audience that we've created. And it's a public library. In theory, it should be able to serve everybody that wants to come there. And the only way you can do that is by protecting it. And so, we need our local leadership all the way up through our state and federal. I don't know if anybody enjoys emailing Lombardo or maybe emailing the president. Let them know that this is important and this is significant, and especially in a rural community, it's an essential service, and we can't afford to have it cut. And it is, like Kassie was saying, it's to our detriment as a community if we lose something like this. And so
thank you, Tammie.
I want to encourage everybody to, I love writing elected officials, so.
I was going to say, I know that some people get nervous, or they're like, well, what can I actually do? These emails that they see, it doesn't really put any pressure on you. You don't have to go and talk in person. And
they probably won't even write you back.
They might not.
Yep, but you're right. Yeah.
But it does make a difference, especially at the state level. They do see these reports, and they love hearing local stories. And that has gone a long way in the last few years in protecting library funding at a state level. But even something as simple as going on Google and doing an online review, because we can see those and we can use those as testimonials. Like, no, there are people in our community that appreciate everything we do. In fact, we just had a mom do one last week. She gave us 5 stars. Her kids are homeschooled, and she loves coming in, and whatever lesson they're learning at home, they come in and find books related to that. And she just loves the environment and the activities and everything. And that was so wholesome and wonderful to read. And
that's really important. It's such a good point from both of you women, because if it's personal, it's going to be more meaningful. And you may think it's something simple, but if it's something simple to you, it could be very memorable to someone else who said, I never thought of that. It never occurred to me.
This is something that stood in my mind. We used grant funds to get new shelving for our DVDs in Elko. So if you haven't been in, we have they're new, taller. It's easier to see them. And just an offhand comment from a patron has stuck with me all these years. That he no longer had to get down on his knees to pull out the drawers and look at them. He was an elderly gentleman, and just the fact that he could look at the movies without having to, put in the effort of getting down and getting up meant so much to him. And it was offhand, I overheard while I was there, but that comment, we used it in the grant, in the follow-up, and it made a big difference at the state level of how important the funding is.
Well, thank you both again for reminding us of the significance of participating in, the ongoing support that our Mybrary certainly needs desperately right now, because everything that Tammie's been describing as, an administrator, being a board member, and being part of the, fundraising arm of Mybrary, certainly, and then Kassie's job is actually administering the services with the budget that she's provided. Your hands get tied, but we still have needs. There are programs. There are so many things that we could really use even in the future, and we have to hold on to that hope. I'm thinking of Jane Goodall, right? Everything that I've been reading about her and how she encouraged us, and she lived a long, long life, but she said, do not give up hope.
No.
Just keep hoping.
I like to look at it as libraries have existed for 5,000 years. And if we keep working together, I think we can exist another 5,000.
That sounds great. I mean, we've got our 250th coming up.
I know.
Wouldn't that be great to celebrate our Mybrary with a huge accomplishment that we can do something locally and support us ourselves?
That would be wonderful.
Kassie, thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like we got to most everything on the list today. Tammie, how about for you? Do we? I know you always.
I just want to remind everybody to, bring your sweet tooth on Saturday, and the friends will provide the wine. So come hang out with us. You do need an ID. Please bring your ID. Leave the kids at home and bring an ID. But we would love to see anyone. Come as you are. Come dressed up. Whatever makes you happy. Just come visit us. Come hang out. And if you haven't been to Mybrary lately, please stop in and see the changes we made, because we have worked really hard. And we're really proud of what we've accomplished. And yeah, we're faced with hard things, budget cuts and whatnot, but we're still dreaming big, and we still want to do great things, and we're gonna find a way to do them. So the best way to help us reach that is to just support us on that journey. Just be there for us and say positive things to us to keep us encouraged as we dream with lesser money. Because we're still going to accomplish everything we want to do. It's just, we'll have to be a little bit more creative. And we love feedback too. If there's anything you're missing from a library, you've seen it somewhere else, or, it would be great if Mybrary had this or that, let us know. We love ideas. We've gotten so many great ideas from the community. So just come celebrate with us on Saturday, and then just come visit us just because every other day.
720 Court Street. Yes.
I was just going to say, every visit helps.
Yes.
That's true. Every visit helps. Every time you walk through the doors or you go online, again, we didn't even really get into, but I have friends now who are they're trying to convince me to do downloads, more downloads, ebooks and audio. I said, but I love the physical feel of the book. And so, but yeah, tons of people that love their downloads. And again, that is directly impacted by these budget cuts.
It is, especially because we partner with other libraries. So as all libraries are losing funding, that means less funding for us to pull together into services like Libby, which every year grows in use. And surprisingly, because I've heard things like, oh, ebooks are going to replace libraries. Why do we need physical books if we can just? That's not true. Our ebook numbers are going up, and our library numbers are too, because people use them both.
That's wonderful, Kassie. Thanks again for all your hard work. It is paying off. Now we just need to step up and do some more to help you. Okay, so see you Saturday.
See you Saturday.
That is Saturday, October 11th. Just Desserts, Elko County Mybrary, and that is at 720 Court Street, 5 to 7 p.m. Explore mybrary.org. Get your tickets in advance, $25 per person or $40 for two people. Dress up or come as you are. You can be fancy or just be yourself. Just do whatever it is that it makes you happy. Do your thing and help support our Mybrary. Thank you, listeners, for joining us for Elko Live today. Man, we could have just made it another half an hour. I'm sure people out there would just really appreciate that. But thank you, listeners. We have so much to say in support of our Mybrary, and we appreciate you listening and supporting it too.